What's going on, everybody? In this week's video, we are hanging out and talking a little reverb. The amazing folks at Sweetwater sent me over this very cool Fender dual layer marine reverb pedal, and we're gonna hang out with it a little bit today and talk about it and hear what it does. So these Fender pedals have come a long way the last couple of years. They make a whole slew of lines, distortions, reverbs, all that kind of stuff. And I like where they're taking it. I think this is a fantastic pedal for the everyday player, right? So what's on this thing? Let's talk about it really fast. So we have dual marine layer, right? So what does that mean? It's two channels. It has an A channel and a B channel. And this button right here toggles between those two channels when you're playing live, so you have two reverbs stored, right? And it comes with three different styles or types of reverb, right? You have a hall reverb. Now, a hall reverb has a large, almost cluster of initial reflections, and they're very strong, and the body of it, or the space of the reverb, lasts a long time, right? It's a very spacious sound. To really rhythmical, funky groove kind of chord strumming or riffs, it lends itself more to slower playing and open playing. So you have a couple rows at the top. You can see that you have a dampening knob, you have a time knob, mod or modulation, and then level. All right, pretty straightforward. The dampening is kind of like a high pass filter on those reverbs, right? As the decay, the higher the dampening level is, the less treble or high end you'll hear on that sound, which is nice because it helps kind of tuck the reverb away in your sound. Sometimes that treble can become very present in your sound and just becomes a wash right away. Both channels are the same four knobs. So the second type of reverb is a room reverb. I would imagine that a lot of guitar players are used to this reverb. It also has strong initial reflections, just like the hall, but its body or the space is very opposite. You have a much shorter decay sound. So you might have heard me say that this has a mod or a modulation knob, right? And what that means is on the reverb itself, on the decay, there's a sort of chorusy modulation effect going on, where when you really crank it, it's almost like you have that added chorus into your sound. And the third and final type of reverb that's found on this Fender pedal is, I've seen it labeled special or shimmer, right? It almost feels like a more ambient hall with the shimmer factor, right? And the shimmer is kind of all the rage. It has that really nice octave up on the modulation and the decay on the reverb. It sounds really good. Especially if you're gonna do some like light soloing or some arpeggiated chord work. I think that can really sound good. But you have to be careful because it's really easy to get washed out in your sound. Fender dual marine layer reverb. What do we think about it? I think it retails for about $230, I want to say, and honestly, I think it's a lot of bang for your buck. Now, you're not gonna get all the bells and whistles of, say, a Strymon pedal, right? But that's also double the value. I think this, like I mentioned before, for the everyday guitar player, I think this is a great option for you to have on your board to give you some reverb. The back of it, it's not stereo, right? So, you know, your everyday kind of guitar player, not really running a stereo rig, a lot of us, right? Might limit some usage in the studio, but most of us are just running one in mono rigs live, and so that's fine. And like I said, you get 3 different reverbs. You have the dual channel, so you can have 2 of them stored. On my amp, there's reverb built in, right? So I can set a reverb on the amp that I can have turned on, and then I can have basically 2 other reverbs going on at the same time, depending on what I'm playing, whether it's ambient or lead guitar or just a rhythm guitar. So like I said, I think for the bang for the buck, the everyday guitar player gets a lot of value. So there you go, Fender dual marine layer reverb pedal. I hope you dig it. Down in the description below, you can find a link to my Sweetwater affiliate account. If you like this pedal and you want to check it out, or any other gear that you're looking for, using that link is greatly appreciated. Thank you for Sweetwater for sponsoring this video, and I will see everybody